When is a good time to quit a house cleaning customer? We're going to talk about that today. Hi there, I'm Angela Brown and this is Ask a House Cleaner. This is a show where you get to ask a house cleaning question and I get to help you find an answer. Now today's show is brought to us by housecleaning360.com. Now, if you are a person that loves essential oils and you love to make your own cleaning supplies with essential oils, did you know there's a whole section on housecleaning360.com that is for independent distributors that sell things to people in their homes. And these are things that you use for your homes, like cleaning supplies, or they might be essential oils, or they might be household products to make your home a better place. So check out the independent distributor section on housecleaning360.com. All right, on to today's show, which is from a woman who wanted to know, I've been in house cleaning for many years, and I have this particular client that I despise. And I would like to quit, but I can't find a good time to quit because she keeps having all this drama and problems in her life. So she goes on to explain that she was going to quit the client, but then the lady went in for surgery. And she said, I didn't want to quit her service right before she went in for surgery because she was going to need my help. And then she was going to quit after the lady got better, and she's been with the lady for a long period of time. And then the lady's husband got sick or something. And so she needed 24 care to come in the house, and that was overwhelming to them. And she needed the house cleaner to stay on and make sure that the new person that came in as the caregiver was, cleaned up after and all these other things. And so it wasn't a good time to quit then. Then the lady lost her job and she still wanted the house cleaner to come while she was out searching for a new job because now there's more requirements at home and whatever, and it wasn't a good time to quit. And the house cleaner wants to quit, but she can't find a good time. When is a good time to quit? So it's a funny question. And the answer is, what is making you want to quit? Because there's something about what's going on that there's a loyalty there that makes you want to stay. And so I would actually look at both sides of that. Why do you want to stay and why do you want to go? Because when we go out into the real world and we try to find a new house cleaning business, these are regular customers that we want to keep for a long period of time, that we want to count on their money so that we can pay our own bills. Why is it that you want to quit? And so if this person has become high maintenance, maybe they were always high maintenance. And so is this bothering you? Is this what's making you want to quit? Is it that she's always late on her payments? Because that's a little bit different story. And I don't have all the information for this particular answer, but I have to look at what is the reason why for both of those things. Because if you can keep a customer instead of replacing them, that's going to save you a whole new initial walkthrough. It's going to save you running flyers or whatever it is you do to get out new business. And so instead of reinventing the wheel and creating a whole new customer, you already have one. Can you make it work? I have customers right now that I despise, and we're still a good fit for each other. I am able to manage my despising them, and they are able to manage whatever it is about me that bothers them. And so you don't have to love all your customers. No one ever said that. And there might be customers that are difficult to deal with. Guess what? I have customers that are difficult to deal with. And I know that I actually have a hit list of customers that right now, if they do a series of other things, then I will replace them. But right now, this is manageable. And I always ask myself this question: why do I want to leave? What is it that's making me want to leave? Is it something that can be fixed? A lot of times it might be the customer. I don't want to fix any customers. I don't want to change their lives. I don't want to change their personalities, and I don't want to change who they are. That would be a colossal undertaking that I'm not licensed for. And so when I see these people, I'm like, whoa, that's a series of odd behaviors. And if it works for them, awesome. Totally does not work for me. And so I'm going to keep to myself over here, and I'm going to do the job I was paid to do. I'm going to collect my money, and then I'm going to go home. And that works for me because then I can pay my bills. But there are people that I don't like. I really don't like them as customers. But no one said you have to love your customers. No one said you even have to like them. Can you make it work? And so if you want to quit, why do you want to quit? And if you don't resolve that question, you're going to pick up a new customer that has similar behaviors, and you're going to want to quit them as well. Now, there are, believe it or not, house cleaners that quit all the time. They keep quitting on their customers for whatever reason, and they can't figure out why they're not surviving in business. So the society we live in, and the social media has trained us to do this. We get tired of someone, and so we delete them. Delete! block, remove. Like, what is that? We don't live in a disposable society. People are not disposable. You don't just throw them away because you got bored with them or because you don't like them for some reason. Now, if you have a child, there's what's called unconditional love. As your child goes through these pre-teenager and teenager years, and maybe even into their 20s and sometimes their 30s and 40s, they pull stunts and shenanigans that as a parent, if they were not your kid, you would delete and block them. You're like, no, I'm not tolerating this kind of behavior, right? But because they are your children, you love them unconditionally. And so you figure out a way to make it work, kind of because they're attached to you and they're your blood and they're your relatives and they're your family and all these things. So you give them a free pass. Now, I'm not saying give your customers a free pass, but why not? Why not? If there's something that's a little disturbing, but it's manageable and it's not really harming anyone, can you let it slide? Now, there are days, and this is a survival tool, but there are days I've gone to customers' houses and I'm like, okay, no matter what happens today, we're at a particular point of time where this lady has had a tragedy in her life. This is an annual reoccurring event. She is going to be in the worst mood of her life today. I know this for a fact based on previous history. When I arrive at this woman's house today, she gets a free pass on everything. It doesn't matter what she says. It doesn't matter what she complains about. It doesn't matter how angry she gets. It doesn't matter if she swears at me or throws things at me. Today she gets a free pass because I know from history this is not a good period of the year for her. This is not good. So today I'm going in, suck it up, Angela, you can do this. And she gets a free pass. So my suggestion to you would be, when is a good time to quit? Quit already. And if you haven't quit already, there's probably a reason why. So I would check your loyalties. Why are you still there? And why do you need to go? Because in the answer of one of those two things will be the answer that you're looking for. Alrighty, that's my 2 cents for today, and until we meet again, leave the world a cleaner place than when you found it.